Shabbat Shalom to the 12 tribes of Israel, scattered abroad, and believers in the Messiah. Happy Friday night and going on to the Shabbat to everybody. I hope that you guys have had an awesome week out there. Of course, it's Friday night for us, which means it's time for Hidden Manna, a time for discussion, talking about all sorts of things, from the things that are going on all around the world, and of course, biblical things, and trying to bring out Abba's truth to help us understand where we are and what's kind of going on. Good evening, everybody, and welcome. I'm Dave Sain, Senior Shepherd here at LMC. If this is the first time that you're hanging out with us, please do us a favor. Hit the like button if you enjoyed this. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the bell so that you're notified. Download our app from the app Google Store or the App Store. Be part of LMC. We'd love to have you. Be part of the conversation. But speaking of conversation, I don't do this by myself. As you guys can see, Brother Max is with me. Good evening and Shabbat Shalom to you, brother.
Good evening. Shabbat Shalom.
How you doing, man?
I'm very well. We had a beautiful day, 65.
Really? You guys had 65?
Yeah.
No, not here. Not here. It was nice. It felt like spring anyway, but wet, but it's still nice.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it, man. It was beautiful. Tomorrow, 70.
Good for you guys.
Yeah. But then it was supposed to get like snow, like in 3 or 4 days. It's like a teaser.
I don't know. Is that Abba? Is that Satan?
Right?
Which one is that? Just dangling it right in front of you and then just pulling it out right.
I'm telling you, man. Just when you let your guard down, right?
Yep. Oh, I want to say thank you.
Oh,
Michelle.
that's
Scott,
right.
Thank you so much. This is one of my birthday gifts. I got the command colored cup. Trek.
Yeah, and she got me the Yankee cup last week, and then believe it or not, my mom got me the Paleo Hebrew.
Nice.
Yeah. Pretty cool, huh?
Yeah, that's nice. You guys put me up, right? Mine's better.
I like the color, right? It looks cool.
A cool color. That is a cool color. So let's see. Man, there's just a whole lot going on. We got a whole lot.
Oh my goodness!
We're talking about the unjust steward. Mm-hmm. When we get into the Bible part of this, we're going to talk about the unjust steward. Honestly, that's probably one of the parables that I've had the most difficulty with over time. Mm-hmm. Really trying to understand what the unjust steward is about, because you read it and you're like, what is he saying? Mm-hmm. You know, is he
condemning? Is he
condemning, or is he exhorting being an unjust steward? And there's certainly a lot of unjust stewards today. Mm-hmm. We're going to get into all of that and to, what that really means, and hopefully explain that parable to everybody. This is it really is a difficult parable to understand, but once you understand it, you realize, oh my goodness, this is big. It really is a big truth. But aside from that, a lot is going on, obviously, in our world, all over the place. We normally do a little bit of current events and things that are going on. Obviously, we are. Everybody's, I'm sure, has seen at this time. You've been watching online, YouTube, and all the rest of that. We're in the middle of hostilities with Iran, and oh my goodness, it's devastating. I know they are trying to make sure Iran that the Islamic, not the Persian people, because there's a difference between the Persian people and the Republic of the Islamic Republic of Iran. They're two different groups, right? The Persian people are Persian.
Yep,
they're not Arabic. They're not even Muslim. Most of them are believers in Messiah or Zoroastrians, but they're not Muslim. They've been forced to be for like the last 47 years.
Yeah.
And so it's amazing to watch what's going on. That the possibility for freedom for them seems very, very realistic, but incredibly. I mean, the U.S., Israel, and all of the
surrounding.
Why in the world would you, as Iran, just start bombing all of your neighbors?
Yeah, I thought about that this week. It's almost like when you're in that desperate situation, taking down as the ship's going down, I'm going to take out everyone I can, right?
Yeah, you know what I thought of when I heard that they were starting to bomb all of their neighbors. You know what my first thought was? like when the Syrian army or the Assyrian army is coming at Jerusalem, and all of a sudden Yah just confuses them.
Yeah, yeah.
Start killing each other, right? They start
Mhm.
killing each other.
Yep.
I'm looking at that. I'm saying, why? That is such a stupid move.
I know.
Why would you do that? And
Mhm.
then just make the entire Middle East plus America
Mhm.
plus Israel, and then
Yep.
push everybody over to Israel's side. So yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, because you do have two great military nations there, the Saudis and Turkey.
Yeah,
You know.
yes, Turkey more
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
Saudi's a paper tiger. You
Oh
know.
yeah. Well, they're behind. You know, they're use us as their shield, but
Yeah.
Turkey's no joke either. You know.
But still, why would you? But I watched that. I'm like, oh my goodness, this is like Yah just turning confusion on them, and they're just throwing missiles wherever they can. They hit anything, and all of a sudden everybody's just turning against them. So my personally, I mean, I don't want war in any way or form. I don't want people to die, but this regime has to go down. And I think it's a great thing that this regime is going down. I think it's freedom for the Persian people. I mean, think about it. This is the whole Queen Esther and the whole Purim story is this week, right? And even besides Purim, the whole idea that Cyrus, a Persian king, allowed the house of Israel, what was left of the house of Judah, to go back to Judah and rebuild rebuild their temple, rebuild their city, and come out of slavery. And it's kind of almost like it's like the favors being returned, right? It's like, okay, so we're gonna help you come out of slavery, and who knows?
Yep.
Abba's ways are above our ways, and his thoughts are above our thoughts. And I know people are trying to plot this out in Bible prophecy, and you know what? I don't even think that applies, to be honest with you. We've been watching all the stuff we've been doing on Wednesdays. I think most of the stuff that we look at is historical. Obviously, some of it has to be futuristic, but forget trying to figure this out. Abba's doing a great thing. Just enjoy it. Pray that the Persian people have an opportunity to come to faith, to understand who Messiah is, and to grow and to learn. I think, man, that's to me, that's absolutely.
It's the same thing with. I'm sorry to cut you up. Like with North Korea, you can't even have a Bible, right? They can only have. So for them to be able to, like you said, to seek the scriptures, and there's one gentleman, I always forget his name. I love this guy. He's a musician with the group Messianic Alliance, and he's Iranian. And I told you, he plays like that weird looking guitar. It looks like a half a turtle shell. You know what I'm talking about? Like it's rounded.
I know what you're talking about, yeah.
And he's a musician, and he always wanted to learn how to play it. I know I'm going to, but real quick, he was flying out of Israel, and he sat down. He had a 3-hour delay, and all of a sudden, the guy sat down next to him, had a guitar case, opened it up, and it was the exact instrument that he was been longing to learn how to play. Oh, wow. And for the next 3 hours, the guy taught him how to play. Because when you're a musician, you don't need much time. You just need to, feel it out and what are the quirks and all that. But he learned how to play it, and he always says that it was a miracle because he was so upset. I'm delayed 3 hours. I'm on business. You know what I got to do? And then look, he turned around and blessed him, and he learned how to play that instrument. But I forget his name. It's really awesome. One day I'll remember. But isn't that cool?
That's a Yah thing.
Yeah, and he's Iranian, and I love the guy. Just to see how Yah, right? Every tribe and every tongue, man. There's no,
we forget that really the entire Middle East, from Turkey to Persia to Iraq, because it wasn't called Iraq back then. It was Persia back then. It wasn't Iran, it was Persia. Almost the entire Middle East were believers in Messiah.
Yeah.
Until Islam comes and takes it over and destroys it and changes the culture and the doctrines and the belief in God and all of this crazy stuff. So, to me, this is I think this is, as much as certainly I don't want war, but are there justified wars? Is there a time to live? Is there a time to die? is there a time to kill? Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah. There is. I know it sounds brutal because everybody wants to think about everybody wants to think about, I'm going to say Christianity because that's the way we know it. But everybody wants to think about our faith as we're wimps and pansies, and we're just what's the right word? We just want to. I don't even know what the right word is to say. We want no violence.
Mhm.
We want no confrontation. Oh my goodness! Just read through the rest of the Bible. How many times does Yah raise up Solomon or David or
Anyone, Samson, everything. Yeah.
Come on. There's a time. There's a time that the evil has to be dealt with, and so it's incredible. It's absolutely incredible, and of course the testimony that came out of Pamela's nephew. I shared that in prayer.
Oh, isn't that awesome?
That was awesome.
Dude, when I heard that, I was just like, and it was really cool. Apparently she said that he didn't even know it till they landed, which makes sense. You don't want these guys.
We're talking about Keelan for everybody. This is Pamela's nephew. They came here for Passover a couple of years ago.
Yeah, they live down in Georgia.
He joined the Marines. Big guy. The guy is like, pah.
Yeah, he's big wrestler. He was a wrestler, right? Yeah,
you could tell strong and
tall,
and fit, handsome, great guy.
He's a good guy.
He calls me he texts me all the time, asking me questions and talking to his buddies and to find out that their transport plane.
Yeah, his base was being got attacked.
Right, his base was attacked. Go ahead, go.
And then they were transporting him on a transport plane. And as he was on the plane, he was reading some scripture. I think he was reading some Psalms, Pam said. And when they landed, they weren't privy to it while they were flying. But once they landed, they found out that a drone locked in on the plane. And before it hit, a jet fighter, U.S. jet fighter, shot the drone out of the sky and protected the cargo plane with all these troops on it. Wow. So you telling me that wasn't involved in that?
Thank Yah for that pilot of that jet fighter, but also for the prayers of because how many other sons and daughters are out there, people that are of faith. So definitely pray for our troops. It's been very rare in recent American history to find what I would call a righteous war. Mm-hmm. Because I think most of the wars we've been in my lifetime anyway have, to me, again, I'm just a guy. We're just two guys talking. But to me, most of the wars from Vietnam, actually maybe even Korea, Vietnam, after World War II, Korea, Vietnam, all the way through, I don't think I can really point to a war that's been a righteous war, right? Mm-hmm. The whole, weapons of mass destruction, total lie.
Yeah.
Total lie.
And what we're there for, 20 years in the, right?
Yeah, total lie. Yeah. Or we're going after bin Laden, and the guy's not even in Afghanistan. Yeah. One of our allies have been hiding him for how many years? Mm-hmm. And 20 years there. And so there's just
10,000, I think it was 10,000 soldiers that we lost in the U.S.
Just, so if, you look at those things, to me, those are not righteous wars. I mean, I would think if, again, we're looking 2020 hindsight back in history, World War II, I would say was a righteous cause, right? It's to stop, this assault on all of Europe but I don't think there's been a righteous cause since going after Maduro. Mm-hmm. That's a righteous cause. Yeah. Stopping
oppression,
radical Islam. And you know what? It's crazy. We all lived through it, right? Just like months and months and months of all of these protesters all over the place, yelling from the sea, or whatever it was, whatever I forget what the slogan was, from the land to the sea, or whatever it was, to kill Israel, to get rid of the Jews because of what's going on in Gaza. And listen, do I think they overdid it in Gaza? Yeah, I do. I think they went crazy in Gaza, but I think it's because they had like 40 years of just terror, of just they just had enough. They had to put a stop to it. But all of these protests and these people and these young people and colleges and shutting down colleges and the white I don't mean to be offensive, but the white liberal woman out there just all about this Islam and we gotta and all these people that are dying, they're all worried about Gaza. What is that, 40, 50, at least they say 40, 50,000 people died in a war that lasted a couple of years. Almost now the numbers are up to 40,000 people that the Iranian regime killed in like a couple of weeks. And zero.
Yep.
Nothing. Nada. Zilch. Silence. Crickets. Nobody's protesting. Nobody's saying, free Iran, free the Persians. It's just, to me, it's disgusting.
Yeah.
It's absolutely disgusting.
I saw a meme today. It said the same party that right now is worried about, Iranian terrorism, in the U.S. is the same party who let him in through the border and the same party who wants to get rid of your pew-pew. We all know what that means, right? Because if you say certain words, you can the algorithm doesn't like certain words, but isn't it true?
Once enough, we keep getting dinged for copyright.
I know, so we're trying to be, we got to go to Rumble.
Yeah, really, we should be. We got to maybe do a Rumble broadcast at the same time, because
a lot of shows do that, like Redacted, right? They do their Rumble edition, and
I talked to Pastor Matt to get us on Rumble so we can get a Rumble audience going.
Yeah. If he wants to go on Rumble, put it in the comment. Rumble.
Yeah, if he wants to see us on Rumble, definitely put us in the comment. So just crazy. And now I just saw just honestly, like a couple of hours ago, a feed on my phone, the news feed, that the electrical grid in Cuba has gone down.
Yep.
I mean, these people have like no electricity now. I mean, it was sporadic to begin with, no oil. And I just heard Trump say this a couple of days ago, we're going to finish what Iran first, and then we're going to do Cuba. But it doesn't look like it's going to wait.
I'm not trying to be funny, but it is the weekend, right?
Yeah.
Trump always does Venezuela on the weekend. On the weekend, right? It's the stock market.
I saw a little thing of January 2026, and in January it had a face of Maduro. And then February, it had that guy, the cartel leader from Mexico.
Yep.
And then March, it had Khomeini.
Yeah, dude, I didn't.
So what's he going to do in April? Yeah. And then all of a sudden, like, Cuba.
Well, they just announced yesterday that we were part of the stuff in Colombia as well, recently.
I know.
The other day, yeah.
Look, I get it. This man has a limited amount of time. He is trying to do as much as he can to change the world. And I don't see. I mean, nobody's righteous. Nobody's right. I'm not looking at them or him as a savior or anything. But are good and right things happening? Yeah, I think so. I think he's changing the world. And my prayers are for the people that are servicemen and women all over the world, serving wherever, that are in harm's way, that they're protected, and that
innocent lives, right?
Favor. And then honestly, let me show you guys something. This is kind of neat.
I like how you played it off like you didn't, right? You're so good. You're so good with your leeways. Let me lead right into this one.
Let me lead into this. This is an Iranian church, and these people are singing the song Waymaker. I love the song Waymaker. I really do. I love it in Spanish, and honestly.
I love the Hebrew version, because you know why? When they say Waymaker, they don't say Promise Keeper. They say Keeper of the Covenant.
Covenant.
Same thing, but in English, you don't get it, though. You know what I'm saying? Especially when in church,
Yeah. But it means Keeper of the Covenant. But here's an Iranian congregation worshiping. Bro, this is great. This is phenomenal. Check this out, everybody.
All right, let's check it out. It's awesome.
that great?
Yep. See, and if we don't think that these people need the opportunity to do this in the streets and right,
oh wow,
have that freedom.
That's to me that's phenomenal. So if all of this leads to the Iranian people having freedom to now do this and for this to grow, and I hope it grows from there to Syria, to Lebanon, in the city of Beirut, and just spreads.
And you know what it is too? The testimony of that guy. It's how we have the Hebrew mindset compared to the Greek.
Yeah,
they have that same mindset too. So they know, faith without the works is that right. They know it.
Yeah, that's the culture. Look, they're draped in the Iranian, not the Iranian flag, in the Persian flag.
Yep.
Just a great. I saw this a couple of times. I'm like, wow.
That's pretty cool. It gives you the chills when you see stuff like that.
It gives you the chills when you see that. And I love that song, Waymaker. Just a great song. So we do have a song that we want to share with you guys. For
another great song. We do have a song. We planned this.
I'm a professional, man.
Think you're a professional podcaster here, right?
We do have a song that we want to share with you guys. This is from Devoted to Yah. I think we shared I think we shared their Latin stuff.
Yeah, his new Latin CD, one of his songs, and the brother's local. Yeah,
right. I'm saying he's out of Jersey, right?
Yep.
He's out of Jersey, so definitely check them out. Show them some love. You can get hold. There's their thing. www.devotedtoyah.com. Maybe we can get in touch with them.
Yeah, I would love to do that. Maybe have him and Matt do a
have them come
music type thing.
Matt on too. Yeah, to have a music discussion and talk about worship and all the rest of that. And I think that'd be cool. I love his Latin stuff. The Latin stuff to me, me, I love Latin music. So
and he's a young guy, man. He's in his 20s. Maybe mid to late 20s.
I think that'd be a great. Let's see if we can get in touch with him and see if he'd be willing. I mean, obviously we're just a little rinky-dink, podcast, but maybe he'd be willing to come on and just talk and share.
Shabbat. Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Shabbat Eve, so and get PM on here and share some worship concepts and ideas. But, this is
all right, PD. I'll work on it. I'll look up his email or something, and then we can.
I appreciate that. Yeah, that'd be good. Pray, everybody pray that Abba would open up a door for that. Maybe we can have him. We can have him on and talk with him. So here's his music. This is called "How Long." We're gonna play it right from the beginning. It really is a cool song, and we're definitely gonna get dinged. There's no doubt about it. We're gonna get dinged and copyrighted, but whatever. That's all right.
It's a good song.
When we have 100,000 people, then it matters. So,
yep.
But if you give us a thumbs up and you send this out to somebody and you give us a like and a share, maybe we'll get to 100,000 people. You never know.
There you go. Right.
So here we go, guys. Check this out. This is maybe to add to your particular playlist. It's called "How Long" from Devoted to Yah. Definitely has a Caribbean vibe to it.
Yeah, he definitely has that flair.
How long will it be till we see the coming of the Son of Man? How long will it be till Yah comes to destroy them wicked men? How long will it be till Babylon is taken from our land?
Yeah.
At the end of this age, when we come to the stage when he judges with his hand. Oh, we gotta move on. We gotta press on for the prize.
Right here, I love this part too.
Of our lives, Yahushua HaMashiach, Ruach Adonai. I put on the fuamo so I can put up a fight.
He's good.
All right. So that's just a taste for guys. Hopefully that whet your appetite. That's called "How Long," Devoted to Yah. Definitely has that Caribbean flavor.
What is that? What's his name used to be? What's that style of Caribbean music? Reggaeton? What is it? He does stuff.
Reggaeton is Latin.
Yeah. But he does that. He's I believe he's Puerto Rican. So But I like his music. He's really good, and he's a good guy. He loves Yah. He's been on. I've seen many videos with him on YouTube over the years. But that'd be really cool if we had him on. So
Yeah, check it out, guys. It's called How Long, devotedtoyah.com. You can check out his music and download it and put a playlist together and just, listen to it.
Yeah. Yep. Support his ministry, right?
Yeah, listen, we need to support each other.
Yep.
Piece by piece, get it out there. All right, so here we go. Today we wanted to, you know what? This is really a crazy parable. It's the parable of the unjust steward. I wanted to talk about that today. I mean, in the midst of all the nutty stuff, all the incredible stuff, really, that's going on around the world, put that aside for a second. We still got to live.
Mm-hmm.
Right? We still got to, deal with our day to day. Not disengaging for everything that's going on, but we still have to deal with our day to day. This is a parable that, for years, in the past, every time I'd read it, I'd be like, I have no idea what this thing's about.
Yeah, you got to read it over.
Yeah, I'd read it over and over and over. And I'm like, you get little pieces of it, but you're like, I don't know. It just doesn't make 100% sense to me. Mm-hmm. But I mean, now it does. But it's definitely one of the more difficult parables to try to translate or to interpret.
It's one of those ones that we would have wished that Yeshua would have elaborated more when he was telling the disciples.
Yeah,
because if they didn't get the other stuff, they were probably just like, what? Just like we were.
Fine. So listen, you've been checking out Wednesdays?
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that crazy? The whole historical thing versus the whole dispensational thing.
Yeah.
How he tells parables in chapter 20, chapter 21, chapter 22, even chapter 23. He's more literal in but chapter 24, he just speaks plainly to them.
Yeah.
And you put it all together and you realize, wait a minute, this is not what we were told.
Nope.
So hopefully everybody's been enjoying our Wednesday nights. We've got a lot more to share with you.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll do a reaction to that, sort of discuss that and sort of, play that out and see, because really this has ramifications for the book of Revelation.
Yeah.
So what's the book of Revelation about? Because if the day
up
of
to a
Yah,
certain
if the day of the Lord is the ending of that season, that time, that age, and the beginning of sending the angels or the messengers out to all the rest of the world. If that's the day of Yah, and I'm not, maybe there's 2 days here. Maybe that's the day of Yah, and then the ultimate coming is the day of Yah. But there's no doubt that's the day of Yah. But the question that becomes, so what about the rest of the book of Revelation?
Mm-hmm.
What's it about? We're going to get into it. I'm not 100% sure on everything. I got some ideas about some things. Some things I clearly understand. Other things I'm like,
well, that was just it makes sense when you think of it, that what we're reading has already occurred, because what does John say there, right? That these things are going to be going on there. This isn't for, these are happening quickly,
Yeah. So does quickly mean over 2,000 years?
But I think it makes more sense. But when you see these things, right,
or write to the congregation at Ephesus and Smyrna and Thyatira, why write to them?
Yeah,
why write directly to those congregations?
Yeah, if it's not going to occur till AD
that are going to go through, because what we don't realize is the Romans just didn't go after the Jews and believers in Jerusalem. They went after them everywhere.
Yeah.
So this became, from their perspective, a global thing. And all of a sudden, the book becomes very, very different than what we have traditionally been taught. And so, but we'll get more into that. I don't want to take I don't want to do a rabbit hole here. But Luke chapter 16. Parable of the unjust steward. This is a weird one. It really is, guys. This is a weird one. We're trying to. I'll read through it kind of quick. We're running out of time here. So it says, and he also said to his taught ones, the Messiah, there was a certain rich man who had a manager, and he was accused, and he was accused to him as wasting his possessions. That's key. Think about that for a second. So this guy has somebody working for him, and the guy who's working for him is doing wrong. Right? He's an unjust steward. So you read this, and you're like, why is he praising an unjust steward? Does he want us to all be unjust stewards? And obviously that's kind of ridiculous. So it goes on and says, so having called him, he said to him, what is this I hear about you? Give an account of your management, for you are no longer able to be managers. So
checking the books.
Whatever he did was so bad that the guy's getting fired.
Yeah.
So
called into the office. They're bringing out the ledger. Let's go over, right?
So, he's Tim Waltz standing in front of.
Oh my goodness! Did you see that the other day? I can't get into that.
That was pathetic. So he's Tim Waltz standing in front of Congress saying, "Oh, I don't know."
What?
It's sad. It's sad. So it says, and the manager said within himself, what shall I do? Which is basically what Tim Waltz said within himself. It says, from my master is taking the managership away from me. I'm unable to dig. I'm ashamed to beg. And what shall I do? That when I am removed from the managership, they might receive me into their houses. This is key. This verse right here is honestly, beloved, is key. What can I do now with the resources that my manager has given to me, even though I've been unjust about them the whole time, that later on I might be that basically what he's doing is he's covering his butt, right?
Yeah. He knows now he's going to be accountable, right? So he's
trying to make sure later on I'm taken care of in some way, because the guy says, listen, I can't dig, right? I can't do manual labor.
He's got to be busted up or something, right?
Or just a pansy.
Just can't do it physically. Yeah, just doesn't want to.
Sort of white collar guy. It says, in calling every one of his master's debtors to him, he said to the first, how much do you owe my master? And he said, 100 measures of oil. He said to him, take your bill, sit down quickly, and write 50.
Sounds like he's, You
got, don't jump to conclusions here, because don't forget, this guy's an unjust steward. The guy's a liar. The guy's a cheat. Then he said to another, how much do you owe? And he said to him, 100 measures of wheat. He said, and take your bill and write 80. So you go from 100 to 80. You go from 100 to, what is it? He said here, 50. You cut the bill in half. You cut the bill by 20% here or more. It says, the master praised the unrighteous manager. This is what's crazy.
Yeah, because.
So the master comes and he praises the unrighteous manager because he had acted shrewdly. Because the sons, so here's the Messiah's commentary, because the sons of this age are more shrewd in their generation than the sons of light, meaning believers, meaning how they deal with the possessions, the finances, the material things that we possess. The sons of this age are much more shrewd than the people of light. Now that's actually not a good thing. Right, that's what he's saying. This is not a good thing. You guys got to wise up.
It's almost like certain religions are more zealous than true believers are, right?
More zealous, but I think ultimately he's saying that because he's specifically talking about material, finance, gold, silver, houses, cars, 401s. Whatever it is, day-to-day stuff that we have put value on that helps us to live from day to day. He's saying the sons of darkness are much, much more shrewd.
Better stewards.
Even though they may be evil stewards than the sons of light. So that's not a good thing. He says, he who is trustworthy in what is least is trustworthy also in much. He who is unrighteous in what is least is unrighteous in much. So we got to go back here and see if we can understand what's going on here. So the guy has been cheating his boss. He's found out, and now that he knows that he's getting the pink slip, he starts going to those that owe his boss And if, like he said, if they owe 100, whatever, measures of oil, right, to 50. So he's unjust, right? He's cheat. From the beginning, he's a cheat, which means the guy that he spoke to that said, how much do you owe my master? And he said, 100 whatever measures of oil. That's what this manager told him he owed.
Mm-hmm. He did at Christmas time, go to Walmart. Oh, it's on sale, and then you realize that 3 months before it was actually $1 cheaper than
this the whole Black Friday thing.
Yep.
So what's happening here is that the person that owed 100 measures of oil actually only owed 50 measures of oil.
Mm-hmm. But he's making it seem like, oh, I'm giving you.
He's pocketing the other 50. And the person that owed 100 bushels of measures of wheat and he only paid for 80, he actually only owed 80.
Mm-hmm.
But he's pocketing the 20. That's why he's an unjust steward. That's why he's getting fired, right? Because he did the books and he realized, wait a minute, you're charging more than people actually owe. So, but the shrewdness of this guy is he realizes that, wait a minute, if these people think that they owe 100 and I tell them that they owe 50, oh my goodness, what a bargain.
Yeah.
What a bargain. So what do you think about the person that told you, hey, just, I know you owe 100, just pay 50. You're like, oh man, that guy's my friend. Mm-hmm. He's helping me out.
It's a car dealership salesman.
Car dealership. Oh man, my guard is always up when I go to car dealers. I really, I despise going to car dealers. But yeah, that's the kind of feeling that you're getting here. So he's not letting these people off by any way. What he's actually doing is he's telling them to pay what they actually owe, but they're thinking, oh man, what a discount. It's like I said, it's like Black Friday, right? Mm-hmm. So we've got the prices of everything all year long, electronics or Black Monday, with whatever the terms are today. You got electronic money.
That's right. We haven't shopped for that holiday in years, man.
All the rest of that. Yeah. So all of a sudden Christmas comes along or Black Friday comes along or Black Monday comes along. And all of a sudden these items are like 50% less than they were all year long. And you're thinking, oh man, I'm getting a deal. Mm-hmm. When the reality is they paid probably half of that.
Yeah, because if they're still making a profit, right?
Right.
Yeah.
They paid much less than that. So you think you're getting a deal, but you're not getting a deal. They're just actually maybe selling it to you for what it's actually worth, or for, they're maybe getting a little bit less than they would have normally.
Yeah, this goes along with it, but it's a little bit off. Did you see that I sent a video, I think, to some people that I fellowship with, but it was Walmart. And a lot of their meats that have the weight on it, you know how they sell it by the pound?
Yeah.
The guy, he's been like undercover, been figuring out, because Walmart got sued a couple of years ago from giving false prices and all that. So anyway, make a long story short, he took a dumbbell, and he measured it on the fruit scale to prove the scale was accurate. And then he was weighing the meat, and it was off by like 2-3 pounds on some of the meat.
Wow.
And when you're paying $6.99 to $8.99 a pound, and then he brought it to the manager, and of course the manager's just like, oh, I don't know. Yeah.
That's an unjust steward.
Yep.
That is an unjust steward.
That's
so
right.
imagine that meat guy, he knows he's going to get fired. He says, hey, listen, I'm going to sell you this instead of for $50-$60 for this, this steak that you would normally pay for whatever a pound. I'm going to give it to you for 40. And you think, yeah,
thank you.
Yeah, I got a deal when it was 40 the whole time.
Yep. And he only paid 10 for it.
And he only paid 10 for it. Yep. That's the background of this parable. Mm-hmm. So you got to understand that first. But the thing is, why did this guy do this? Mm-hmm. Because he knew he's going to lose his job. He knew he was getting ixnayed. He knew he was getting fired. So he did this so that the people that he did it to, that it seemed like he did good things to, would receive him later on. Take him into their home, give him a job,
remember when I scratched your back? Remember when I scratched your back? Right?
Yeah, remember when I cut your bill off?
Yeah.
And you're like, yeah, that's right. Yeah, the guy did it. Let's be good to him. All right. So with that as a context now the rest of this hopefully will start to make sense. So it says, and the master praised the unrighteous manager, because listen, he looked at the guy and says, that's pretty, it's dastardly, but that's pretty genius. You took care of yourself. And he says, because the sons of this age are more shrewd in their generation than the sons of light, meaning the sons of this age deal better in the world of finance to make sure that they have something later on than do the sons of light. Because we're all thinking eternity. We're thinking, okay, we're saved, we're in Abba. And what we don't realize is that there's actually work for us to do. There's something that's accountable for us. And look at what the master says. And I say to you, make friends for yourselves by unrighteous mammon, that when you fail, they shall receive you into everlasting dwellings. So he's using the story of the guy who gained favor from people for being basically a schmo. And he's saying, listen, there's a principle in that. What we do here now with our finances, with the material we have, with the houses we have, with the thing that Abba has blessed us, we need to make sure that what we do with it, we also are shrewd, so that when the next life comes, we may be received. Here it is. We may be received into everlasting dwellings. Meaning that everything we've got now, our finance, our money, our job, our house, and this gets so discombobulated because it's presented so wrongly by so many as just a money-making thing. But what Abba is saying is, use what you have now for righteousness. Use what you have now to gain favor in the kingdom to come,
or even for your advantage. Because I should have did it before, but in case some people, the definition of shrewd person is someone with sharp, practical intelligence, showing cleverness and good judgment in understanding situations and using that insight to better their advantage. Right. So if we're gonna for the kingdom, right? So
what we do now with everything, because again, this is a tough message to parse out, because we've heard so much of the wrong end of this. Because what we hear from the end of this is, give your money, sow into the kingdom, pay your tithe, give all your money, give your finances,
even if you don't have it.
If you don't have it, and it makes the preacher rich and people are poor, but you're sowing. He's saying, listen, be shrewd. Be careful what you give your money to, but make sure that what you do with everything we've got here, everything Abba has given to you, make sure that you use it in such a way that it benefits you in the kingdom.
Yeah.
That's the simple meaning of this. Everything from the dollars to the gold to the silver to the material to the car to the house to the vacation home to the job, all of it. And again, we're so I'm going to use the right word. We're so sensitive to this because it's so abused, but the principle's right here. The principle is true. We may have abused it, but the principle is true. What we do here matters. This is why when you read parables, later on the master tells parables, and he says the master went away and he gave such and such amount to each one of his servants, and they invested interest. They were supposed to gain interest on it. And the master, when he comes, is supposed to receive the interest from it. That's what this is about.
Not tuck it away. Yeah.
That's what this is about. He's saying you're supposed to gain interest. You're supposed to use whatever influence you have for the kingdom, the money you have for the kingdom, the job that you have for the kingdom, the savings you have for the kingdom. All of it is supposed to be used for the kingdom. You're either living here for now, which is what the sons of darkness do, or you're living for then. And that's that really is the difference here. So he says, if therefore you've not been trustworthy if you can't be trustworthy in the dollars and the offerings and the tithes and the money and the work and all the rest of that, now why shall he entrust you with true riches? Because when you read the parable, he says, okay, so the guy that got 5 is going to receive 5 more talents because he gained interest. And then what does he say? I'm going to give you 10 cities.
Yeah.
There's going to be more given to that person because they've been faithful in the unrighteous mammon to make a place for them in an eternal and everlasting dwellings, as it says.
Yep, and that's why the one who didn't give any, right?
Parable. What a crazy parable.
Yep, and the one who thought he had, right, takes it away.
He just
gives it. Yep.
Yeah, I gave my tithe. Yeah, I did my, my whatever it was. I know people get upset about the whole, you got to give tithe or the rest of that. Yeah, I did my bare minimum, and that's what we do. We want to make sure we do
or the bare minimum. Oh, I believed, but that's it, right?
He's not talking about the bare minimum here. He's talking about being shrewd.
Yep.
And making sure that whatever you have given sufficiently to the kingdom that it's going to bear interest for you later on.
Yep.
What an amazing parable. So he says, if you've not been trustworthy in unrighteous mammon, who shall entrust you with the truth? If we can't deal with finances down here, we can't deal with money, if we can't deal with houses and cars and
balance your checkbook, and
if we can't do that here, why would he give us a city to rule over? Why would he give us whatever to come?
Yep.
And if you've not been trustworthy in what is another man's, meaning because this guy was dealing with the finances of his boss, who shall give you what's your own? No servant is able to serve 2 masters, for either he shall hate the one and love the other, or else he shall cling to the one and despise the other. You're not able to serve Elohim and Mammon. And the Pharisees, here it is. So the Pharisees who love silver, that's what he's talking about.
Yep.
Also heard this, and they were sneering at him.
Imagine.
So actually, the parable's pretty profound. He's saying, the unjust steward was shrewd because he took what was in front of him and he made sure that he used it in such a way that it benefited him in the next life. That's it.
Yep.
That's it. Use what you've got here to benefit yourself in the next life. Don't use what you've got here to benefit yourself in this life.
Yeah, you don't need 3 mansions. You don't need,
and then wind up, whatever in the next life. Man, what a great parable.
Yeah, and it's so funny. I think most people just skip right over it because sometimes it's just that natural flesh thing. You don't get it, so you all right, let me skip it.
Yeah, just skip right over it. But this is profound.
Yeah.
This is profound. So he's telling us there is a direct relationship with what we do here and now, how we deal with finances, how we deal with money, how we deal with people, how we deal with possessions, how we deal with investments, how we deal with everything. Because, bottom line, think about this. So, we're all in different states. When you think about a movie has 3 parts. There's the first part, there's the middle part, and then there's the third. There's
closing.
I forgot what it's called. The first stage, second stage, third stage. Maybe that's not the correct term for movies, but act.
Throw it in the comments. Yeah, first act,
second act, third act. That's the way a movie is done. First act, second act. All movies, all plays, everything there's a first act, a second act, and a third act. So the first act, you're like, you're just going crazy. You're living the way you want. You're doing things you did. And you realize, oh man, I messed up. The second act, you start to straighten yourself up. But by the third act, you begin to realize, wait a minute, the movie's almost over. What am I going to do after this? Am I invested for what comes after this? And sometimes we don't think about it till the third act. I think what he's telling us is think about this in the first act and think about this in the second act. Or if you haven't, at least think about it in the third act and then start to plan for that. Make sure that you are sowing into the kingdom. Now, this gets so twisted, so discombobulated in our present sort of secular or even religious world, because what people have done is they've taken this and they've misused it. They've misused and so people see, preachers asking for money. Oh, they're just, a money hungry, grubbing, that's how all churches are. And, you just forget about it. And it's sad because there's a lot of places like this. We got a couple of examples for you.
We're going to show some, yeah.
Yeah, this is crazy. This is Paula White. This is disgusting because I think she sits on, what's it called? The Faith Board.
Oh, for Trump? Yeah. I think he's his spiritual advisor.
A spiritual advisor to Trump. This woman should not be a spiritual advisor to anybody.
Sorry, sister, but it's true.
I'm sorry, but this is demonic. This is exactly what Messiah is saying not to do.
And believe me, this video is probably one of the less.
Yeah, we can probably show you
crazy stuff with her.
100 videos. About all of this, but here's Paula White. I want you guys to listen to that. We talk about
listen close,
but I want you to listen closely. This is a person who supposedly has the ears of the President of the United States and is teaching spirituality to the President of the United States, which scares me to no end. And I hope Abba just rebukes her. But listen to what she says here. This is mind-boggling.
I want $100,000 to come in. I want $100,000. There are 10 people that could give $10,000. There's 100 people that could give $1,000. Get a check, make it payable to Paula White Ministry. There are people that are watching right now. If you say, I don't have it, give $100. Bring up a sacrificial seed. This isn't for me. This is about kids that will die without you being obedient. There's only 3 envelopes. I'm not moving. I'm not going to lay hands on people till you're obedient. Get out of your seat. Come on and come bring up a seed.
Oh man, I rebuke that in the name of the Master.
She's
that is disgusting. That is utterly.
And I love it when she said, if you don't have it, $100, because to her, $100 is a penny to us.
Oh my goodness!
Don't feed your kids tonight. Come on. What's wrong with you?
People see that.
Well, that's the whole thing of prosperity, that they see their lifestyle and they think if they give, not out of, right? Paul says the ox chews the cud. It deserves its pay, right? It deserves its due. But there's a difference when you take advantage, and that's her. Yeah. They're serving mammon, right? They're not serving Yah.
Yeah, no, they're serving mammon. You're right, and we've got to make that differentiation, as you said, between not muzzling the ox that treads the grain, and giving faithfully and investing in our place in the kingdom to come, which is a parable that is proven now. We've just read it. Versus them using that principle and saying, well, you need to just give and give and give and give. And obviously, this has nothing to do with Yah. This is just,
they play on the purse string, the purse strings of your heart.
Yeah, it's sad. It's sad. And this isn't the other. Here's the
this guy's even
This guy's even worse. This is called the pimps of the pulpit. And honestly, there's a gazillion videos on the pimps of the pulpit. They are everywhere. But here's just one.
This guy's a joke.
Yeah, check this out.
I want to make a multi-millionaire out of someone, but they have to sow $10,000. He said, and they have to do that within 90 seconds. If you're going to do it, get it now, write the check. If you do this, God said, I'm going to make you a multi-millionaire.
I'm sorry.
Oh my goodness. You got 90 seconds.
I don't know if I was sitting there, I don't know if I laugh or I just stand up and start yelling Ichabod.
Yeah, right.
But this
That's when I would love to see a true prophet, someone speaking forth truth, stand up and call these people out, huh?
I just don't get it. People are standing there going, praise Jesus.
Yeah, well, you saw that video. We spoke about it a couple weeks ago. That poor lady went up there with her grandchild, giving a check, and that pastor just it was a big, like over $1,000, right?
Yeah.
And he was like, "That's not what I said to bring.
It's not enough.
Not enough. Who cares if you can't afford to pay your mortgage, right?"
So we've got to parse between the investment that we need to make with everything we have. It's everything we have. That everything we have is invested into the kingdom somehow. For that we find favor in the kingdom to come.
Well, and that's why I believe if you are watching a ministry that you get fed from and that you know is progressing the kingdom and teaching sound doctrine, right? Then you should invest in that ministry.
Now there's the other part of that. So let's look at the other part of that, because there's also those people who just go around from internet site to internet site to internet site, and you're just listening to everybody and anybody, or they're favoring. They're going to one particular site over and over and over, but they do not sow into it. They want to receive from it, but they don't sow into it. Yeah, that's the total opposite of this. Here you are, you're being fed, and so it's something you've got to parse. It's hard to do because there's so much bad stuff around this. There's so much bad taste in all of this.
Yeah,
that,
because we've all been burned, and
we've all been burned. So people say, so people go to whatever website or whatever thing it is over and over and over again. They're getting fed, but they don't do anything to help that ministry, to be part of that, to sow into that. Beloved, that's what this is about.
Yeah,
sow into that. If that's it, then sow into that. So you have favor in the life to come when our job is over. It's not my words. These are the master's words. Listen to some more of this guy.
I wish it was me. No. I'm saying I wish it was me because I got it. That's what I'm saying.
He's got the 10,000, huh?
The Lord said,
He's got the 10,000.
He wishes it was him. Sure.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying?
It's sad. It's sad. Now
we do have a closing.
Yeah, here's 1 Timothy. This is great. Brother Max came up with this. This is this sort of just, I guess, hopefully encompasses the whole thing, and hopefully brings this into focus for everybody. Here's 1 Timothy chapter 6, and starting at verse 3. It says, if anyone teaches differently and does not agree to the sound words, those of the Master Yeshua Messiah, and to the teaching which is according to reverence, he is puffed up, understanding none at all, but is sick about questioning and verbal battles, from which come envy, strife, slander, wicked suspicions, which is, so many denominations all going after each other, including the Hebrew roots, everybody just beating each other up. Worthless disputes of men of corrupt minds and deprived of the truth, who think that reverence is a means of gain, right? Which is what we just saw.
Yeah.
And Paula, what's her name? And
Paula
White, and this guy. It's all about gain. This is not about investing in the kingdom. This is about personal gain here on this world. But reverence with contentment is great gain. For we brought nothing into the world, and it is impossible to take any out. The first act, second act, but the third act of your life, you're thinking, what's coming?
Yep.
When we have food and covering, we shall be satisfied with these. But those wishing to be rich, fall into trial and snare, and into many foolish and injurious lust, which plunge men into ruin and destruction. Just think about every preacher out there.
Yep.
For the love of silver is a root of all kinds of evil. for which some, by longing for it, have strayed from the faith and pierced themselves through with many pains. Paula White and Creflo Dollar, and you can just go on and on and on. You had a list there. What's
Yeah. Real quick, check this out. This is just their net worth, and this is right on ChatGPT. You can look it up yourself. Their actual net worths. So we got here it is. Kenneth Copeland. It says between $300 and $700 million he's worth. Joel Osteen, $100 million. Benny Hinn, $60 million. Creflo Dollar, $30 million. Jesse Duplantis, $20 million. Joyce Meyer, $8 million. T.D. Jakes, $20 million. Stephen Furtick, $55 million. And he's not known to be, but even Pat Robinson's worth $100 million.
Wow.
Yeah.
Beloved, that is not what Messiah intended.
Nope.
Not by any means.
But you've gotten freely, right?
It's sad because it gives a distaste to the truth.
Yeah, because there is a fine line, right? I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, this is what you do. You've done this for your whole. I mean, how many years have you been serving in ministry?
Oh,
38, 40, almost 40 years, 38, something like that. Over 30, I know, right?
I've been ordained, whatever that means, but since about 1991, 92.
Yeah. So, I mean, how do you support your family? How
30-something years, yeah.
You know, this is, but there's a difference between, having people say, you know what, I don't care if you don't have money. You better be giving $1,000 today. You bet, Can you imagine?
Imagine I said that.
I know some people in your church go up there and hit you with their.
There's 5 people that got $5,000 in this house. And we're going to close the doors. We ain't letting you out.
We ain't letting you out until you give us it. Hold you hostage. Yeah, it's sad.
Goodness. It says, fight the good fight of faith, lay hold on everlasting life, to which you are also called and have confessed a good confession before many witnesses. In the sight of Elohim, who gives life to all, and to Messiah, Yeshua, who witnessed the good confession before Pontius Pilate, I charge you that you guard the commandments spotlessly, blamelessly, until the appearing of the Master Yeshua Messiah, which in his own season shall reveal the blessed and only ruler, the sovereign, the King of kings, and the Master of masters, who alone has immortality, dwelling in unapproachable light, whom no one has seen or is able to see, and to whom be respect and everlasting might. Amen. Charge those who are rich in this present age not to be high-minded, nor to trust in the uncertainty of riches, but in the living Elohim, who gives us richly all for enjoyment, to do good, to be rich in good works, to be generous, ready to share, storing up for themselves a good foundation for a time to come. There it is.
Yeah.
The Unjust Steward.
Yeah, it links right up with that, right?
The whole thing. Storing up for themselves a foundation for the time to come. So what we do here matters.
Yeah.
So that they lay hold on everlasting life.
That's right. We want to be rich in deeds, right? Ooh, that was good.
Great conclusion. And we did it just 4 minutes over.
There you go.
Wow.
It's all right, but we invested for the king. I had to get something on.
Yeah, we invested
some type of leeway.
Time or talent, all of it.
Right.
Yeah, listen, all the money that it takes to do this, and then the computers, and all of that is real. I mean,
yeah,
it's real.
Cameras and
it's real.
Yeah.
Then when you hear things like, what Paula White does and all these, yeah, I get it. It used to tick me off too. I was disgusted when people would, pass around the basket 2 or 3 times.
Yeah. I'm about to say, bro, I've been in churches like that.
I have.
Not enough. It's going around again.
We both have.
Yeah.
In the back of your mind, you're thinking, man, what is God poor?
I was going to send you a video. This guy literally said that we got to pay God's bills. And the commentator was like, God's bills? God has bills? Like, really? Cattle on 1,000 has bills? Really?
They're going to answer for that one, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So anyway, that's it. That's it for tonight. Hope that you guys enjoyed that. and that it helps you understand the parable of the good steward a little bit better, a little bit more clear. This is the teaching of the master. This is what he taught. It may have been twisted, turned, upside down, inside out, stretched, and all sorts of stuff in our present age and in all of the ages that have been before us. But that doesn't mean that his teaching is not real and it doesn't have applicability, and it isn't something that we need to take to heart and then do in every way that we can. So anyway,
with that said, Shabbat Shalom, bro. Love you.
Yeah, love you too, man. We'll close out with How Long from Devoted to Yah. Guys, thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. Enjoy your evening. Join us tomorrow morning at 10:30 for our Shabbat service. Got a neat one for you. We're talking about life. We're talking about death and life. What is death? And the tribulations that we go through. I think it's going to be an interesting message. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. So join us tomorrow for that. In the meantime, brother, thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight.
No problem. Love you, buddy. No problem. Shabbat Shalom, everybody.
Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom, everybody.